he's moving to me. Maybe someone should step on him again?
Snaking, are you burrowed? What's going on?
Maybe.
They nerfed Burrow, by the way. That was a surprising nerf.
Mm.
But a bit. They reduced the HP and the mana. It used to be 1.5 second regen of your max per second. It's down to 1, so minor nerfs, but it's a little bit. I thought that was a very weird one. Ice Rock just keeps tinkering with Nyx Assassin. He made Vendetta pure damage, and then he took the breakaway, and then he increased the a cast point, or the attack points, rather. It's a lot of interesting things.
Very sad that he took the breakaway and the scroll gets to keep it.
Yeah, exactly. That one. Yeah, that one is... Where's the logic there? Crystallis, he's trying to check for a ward. Oh, the Illuminate's going to come through. Ate the Remnant. That'll pull him back. There's Decay as well into the Impale Crystallis. He's going to take Leap level 1. And even though it's not First Blood, it's kind of a win here. All the same for Tundra.
Ooh, painful start. And is the slaughter going towards top? I would have really liked to see Creepwave swapping lanes here. Get the Slark into the TB is not going to be fun, but neither is it going to be dodging the Kotl spam the entire laning stage. At the very least, you'll get the last hit under tower, I suppose.
That he will. That he will. Likely to see 33, as his name implies, go for 3 null talismans, usually into just Collapse went Tranquils. As once again, very familiar to last game, Amar finding himself really struggling early on versus Fata. Fata likes to pick himself some strong laners here. Leap level 1 from Mirana. We do have decent physical damage, but Fata's got a couple more decays you could throw out here. There's a couple more bashes coming through. Fata does not get the double decay that time, and I actually think he's dead. There's the leap from Chu. We need a little bit more healing salve forced out. We have another leap charge. Into the trees he will go. And, oh, Chuvash, he's going to settle for the courier then. Okay. Not a bad kill. Fata, he's going to kind of probably wish that he just let himself fall now because he's out of regen. And that clarity was going to be the only thing that kept him relevant here for the next minute or so.
I guess he's got the Magos, but this actually, especially the moment where Skyler stepped away, that was one of the 2 range creeps of the first 2 waves that Amar got for free.
Yeah, pretty big win. Fata just a little bit too excited to be fighting early on. And it does come with its drawbacks, especially if you pull your core into fighting with you. Crystal's so far doing a good job of just avoiding and tanking, not tanking, but pulling the creep wave in such a way that he's able to find a last hits underneath the tower and not get hit constantly by this Illuminate spam.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have to do that more and more often as the lane goes on, right? That's the only problem here. After a while, the spam is constant.
Yep.
So he's doing what he has to right now, but it can't last.
There are no brakes on the Coddle train, especially when he gets boots and he starts moving close to 400 move speed casually. And mid lane, this is going to be a brotherly matchup, and this time 9 finds himself a little bit lower here on the HP early on. Ember versus Void Spirit. I feel like of all the metas that we've had Void be very popular, but when Void was really strong as a mid laner, I feel like Ember was also relevant, but in a different role. He was safe lane Ember those days, I want to say.
Yes. And before this, with hitting 2 spells of the Void Spirit, you could always take off the Flame Guard, but now you can only do it on the even levels. Depending on when the Ember Spirit takes the Flame Guard, it's going to be the uneven ones now, actually. This is not a Flame Guard max right from the start. So this is a little bit worse for Void Spirit than it would be normally, but then again, all the Ember has to do in any case versus any of the mid laners now. What's happening?
Sorry, Chuvash killed another Courier. He knew this Courier was basically fully loaded, so he will tank 2 tier 2 tower shots to make sure that he's going to deny Fata from what was in that earlier Courier on top of another delivery. And Fata's like, yeah, okay, you got me. Hancha, though, mid lane, he's going to be got by 9. Some nice outplays there by the brothers, but just like in real life, Kips, I don't know if you have any older brothers, the older brother always wins. 9 will be able to get first blood onto the Ember.
I am the older brother.
Ah. Nine, by the way, is kind of killing it right now. 17 and 10. And as is Skitter here in the top lane, of course, 15 and 10 himself. So Amar not finding even a whole lot of experience here in this top lane.
Hunch is going for the counter.
He is, and he might find it. 9 out of mana. 3-stick charge in the Fairy Fire. There's going to be the water regeneration. Hansha giving chase. Syrian Chains in a second. And there they go. But we did at least get off a level 3 Resonant Pulse. Hansha continuing to fight. Only Sleight of Fist now at his disposal, as the entire duration, basically, of the Flame Guard was kited out by 9. Snake King as well is, you know, hitting creeps in the mid lane. 9's going to tell him, hey, go refill my bottle for me. Snake King says, oh boy, I get to pick up a water rune. And oh, he even gets to eat it. There he goes.
Wow.
That'll be back to 9. Very generous of 9 here. Good teamwork between Tundra.
Maybe you didn't ask. Maybe you just did it.
Well, I guess you have to, right? If you bottle it, Tundra.
You do.
Yeah, you do have to. Tundra, you'll be fine. In fact, he's going to turn with level 3 Flame Guard. There's no points in Dissemblate Kips, but there is a Snake King nearby. Spike Carapace at the ready. Creepwave will block him off.
And Fishman came from bot lane, not from fountain, so he can only give the salve instead of refill the bottle.
Crystal, so far, though, he's doing a commendable job at avoiding a lot of these, as there's going to be a kill top lane. Fata with the level 2 Soul Rip there, along with Skitter's range damage, able to finally find the bottom. Some payback from that earlier engagement. Mid lane, 9 though.
Yeah.
Finds up on the opposite side of the river. Looks like he actually astral stepped his way on in, and we'll pay the price for that one.
He did. Sorry, because I was just watching that with sort of my jaw on the floor, because he went into 2 heroes, and he got very close to getting Hacha as well, but not quite yet. He gives BZM a much needed way of getting back into this lane, nearly hitting level 6 here.
Amar, he's got to be careful here. Fata, he's got an emergency mango and the cooldowns to use it here. And the target, he's going to find himself bashed as Amar proves to be a bit too tanky, trying to fight his way through it. But Fata, also a strength hero, especially with 16 bonus strength, able to find the kill, playing a little bit of ring around the rosy with Chuvash. Chuvash giving chase. There goes the Starstorm, but it's only level 1 Kips. And in fact, to add insult to injury, that second proc is going to be onto Skitter, and he's going to go down to the mirror image.
Dying to your own reflection.
Yes, thank you. It's like, who has done that? Narcissus has done that, hasn't he?
Yeah, he just kept on staring into his own eyes until he starved, didn't he?
Well, yeah, this one shot an arrow back at him. 9. Unfortunately, is not going to be able to connect on the Aether Remnant.
But here we can see a demonstration of the near constant spam. Crystal is still good at constantly dodging it, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's no surprise to check on a Slark and see him, oh, he's full HP because of the oh, he just got level 6 and he's full HP versus a Coddle.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Really, I'm quite surprised with Crystal's performance in this lane. I thought it was going to be much more difficult. Now, granted, you know, 54 CS for 33. I mean, you simply don't stop a Coddle from farming, but you do stop an Ember Spirit from farming, especially with Spike Carapace, as Snake King will be able to tell you. Skitter's going to get another kill into Chuvash in the top lane, but Hansha will live middle. Amar trying to escape as the Tombstone Zombies giving chase. They did actually buff the move speed you get on Guardian Sprint, so he's going to be off and away.
Amar, yeah, we expected him to be the poorest after this laning stage, and you can see the gap here. This is just the power of Undying versus Strength here. Even if Amar played this lane very admirably, really giving the fight to Fada on that level 1 decay, it's, you're never going to win.
Really not. And now, oh my goodness, these stacks for 33. Well, let's see it. He even got the double hill troll camp, and yes, of course, he waited to farm them. And he times it perfectly with the camp respawning. Thing of beauty here. Mid lane, 9 in trouble, though, as the DD rune spawns top lane. 9 still alive for now. Fishman considering diving the tower, but Fata now showing up with a level 2 Soul Rip. He's going to give him some second doubts. 4 heroes mid lane currently for Tundra. Creepwave will head back towards their side of the river.
Yeah. As soon as the Godel is involved, that's your entire Flame Guard gone. You cannot continue.
Yeah, true. 33. Ooh, he's going to find at least now an Eliminate Blast onto Crystallis, but nice pounce. We'll get him out of dodge. Minor nerfs, by the way, to Slark. Pardon me. This is the first time I've seen Slark since 7.30 drop, so I didn't see him yesterday. We're seeing him today. Mana cost
That's
increase is, I think, the biggest deal.
Yeah.
He will have slight mana issues as Fata dies mid.
The Dark Pact was a little bit too spammable.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with the items that Slark was incentivized to go with. Mage Slayer, specifically Echo Saver, basically every game on any Slark build, always going to give you just a good amount of mana regen. Now at least it forces you to be efficient with your Dark Pact instead of just, you know, pretending to play Bristleback on Slark.
Basically, yes. And you can see that Chrysalis here. Before as well, he was taking the outer camps to make sure that he takes as much of the farm of the Coddle away. Here, I might actually choose to take that one as well because the Creepwaves here are not going to kill each other just yet. Yeah, they're not under tower.
Yeah, that's such like a big thing that I think a lot of casual players just don't think about is like the equilibrium of creeps when there are no heroes there, right? It does make quite a big difference. You know, you can check it by a glance. It's like it's one of those things where you say it as Amar top lane will fall to the gank. Snake King already level 6, by the way. He's absorbed plenty of XP mid, and he's gonna find Amar there with the Vendetta to get the kill. But you can just simply look at a creep wave, not the team, but the creep waves themselves, and be like, oh, this one's gonna lose because there's more creeps here, whatever. But pros do just all the time to know when it's safe to farm and not. Hansha doing a good job playing around with these 3 heroes from Tundra. There's a tombstone on the high ground. Nice placement from Fata. That will get them to back up. And not before Coddle kills Hansha's courier with the Coddle right clicks.
And they're losing their mid tower for it. They're not bringing any cores down here. Amar does not... Yeah, okay, he does have the TP. I was about to say. It's on cooldown? No, he just used it.
Okay, they've aired the wagon, so Chuvash doing already his best to stop this push. 9 going invis, had to assimilate anyway, and a big old wand to keep him healthy. And there's going to be the rotations from Creepwave to force him back. Even Chrysalis joining the fray. As, yeah, we can see he's out of mana. Not too rare to see, to be honest, from a Slark. But now that he's got the Oblivion staff with that 1.25 mana regen, that'll go a long way towards keeping him topped up and just spamming the Dark Pact to continue on farming.
And D-Ward going down in mid here for Tundra. Fata has to back off it. I think Nine's gonna help him out by taking his ward here. Yep.
Amar. In the river is not really where you want to be versus a Slark, especially because one of the biggest changes is, yes, the move speed, but also the duration is just increased generally by 32 seconds. Oh, wait, cooldown increased. No, duration is still the same. Pardon me. I misspoke. But the move speed is a lot better now at level 1, so even just the value point in it, especially in the river, is going to do a lot of work. 9, didn't you hear me? In the river. You don't want to fight him here.
9 disagrees with you. He does want to fight him in the river.
He does, just a little bit. He's got decent armor thanks to the phase boots. Is going into this Yule Scepter build. I think a defensive dispel for himself, because as slippery as you are, if you give him this team vision with a Slark as well as an Ember Spirit, they will be able to chase you so long as they know where you're at. And, well, that's exactly what the Corrosive Hate's going to do, but also, of course, for the offensive potential that the item gives you. Fanta rotating back towards the mid lane. We've got another Flesh Golem here if he wants to go for it.
And what we're seeing here right now is the result of the fact that all of the cores on Creepwave need items, and honestly, those on the side of Tundra don't mind the space that they're being given here. They most likely know that they've won the lanes. They see that Creepwave's going to have a hard time taking down towers, whereas they can just show up with the Metamorphosis once in a while and do some significant damage. So they're not in a hurry right here.
Yep. Creepwave getting some good tower damage in top lane, but again, it involves the Ember Spirit actively pushing. And down bottom here, Fishman is struggling and in fact will die to the likes of Tundra and 9. So it's going to be a pretty easy gank down bottom on the position 5 Omni Knight. Skater threatening and positioning himself mid lane. He's got a couple of Conjure images. You can have a couple more here with the Coddle nearby to reduce that cooldown, but with Chrysalis showing up to nuke the wave, he's going to go ahead and maybe use meta to farm in his triangle instead. And with a little stack of Ancients, he's going to be rewarded for it monetarily. There we go. Oh, TV players. Can you tell we just had a TV patch, Kips?
Can you tell that I think it might not be over?
True. We shall see. We shall see. I think the fact that Naga Siren by herself is a lot more of a viable option. You know, before we would say, oh, but Naga's in the pool. Will they ban it? No, because then you have to beat Naga Siren. But now it's like, well, maybe you consider banning it. Top lane, we're going for a fight. Amar already has a Blink Dagger. Oh, a Snake King. He gets off the Spike Carapace, but he's going to be stunned longer than his enemies are. And with Flame Guard taking him down, the kill comes easily for Creepwave. Mid lane, though, the push is coming. A Skater out from the triangle here, using the rest of the Metamorphosis to try and take the damage. Crystal's showing up to fight. He's going to at least get through the illusions easily, but Ancha as well is being taken down, least of all by his own mirror image. Okay, good fight. Fata is going to be taken down. Did not get the tombstone off either. That's now 9. They've got vision on him. They're going to keep chasing. Blink Dagger and a stun ready from Amar in 3 seconds. But up to the triangle. That's a scary place to go, Kips, and they're going to be happy with having defended their tier 1 in the mid lane.
Yeah, they should be very happy. You cannot chase after Coddle when he's going to be leaving all of these charging. I'm not sure if you can call them remnants, but I guess that's what they are.
Okay, Amar, as fast as you might be normally in the river, you're still quite slow here, and oh my goodness, that's so much magic damage. Crush is going to come through, but he's going to find himself stunned. Crystal's showing up to fight, though. There's the tombstone dropped, so yeah, Crystals is going to go ahead and bail out of this fight. For as good as a defense that Creepwave just had, unfortunately, it's fallen apart rather quickly here on Tundra's second go at it.
Yeah, without a TP scroll on their Ember Spirit there as well. They have to just let it go.
Top lane, here's 33, just to clear waves off of towers. Does he have bots? He does have bots. A little bit of a hybrid build here on this Coddle. Force Staff to, of course, save himself from Slark, and actually a Slardar, both of them. Prison Guard and Prisoner do just as much damage to a Coddle, and that much damage is usually lethal for him. But BOT's straight into the Ag, so I like this build a lot better than what we saw Collapse go for earlier on the offlane Coddle.
Was it straight Dagon?
It was straight Dagon, and by the way, it was the 3 null talismans, but rather than bots, he went tranquils, which I thought was really weird. Good ward, by the way, to set up for BCM, and yeah, that'll get him killed. He's got the remnant back. No, he's gonna get it off actually. Very good play.
Nicely done. Chrysalis has actually found that Coddle mid, but yeah, as you said, the Force Staff, good saving tool. I really like him going back for that as well, because that's not just for yourself. You can save anyone from getting engaged on, and once you've got that disengaged, the chase from the enemy into you, into all of those Illuminate blasts is going to be that much harder. So lengthening the fight is very valuable for you.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Push is coming bottom, though. And Skitter using the Metamorphosis whenever he can. Farms a bit, pushes a bit. Thinking about going back to farm, but receives a bit of reinforcements from his team. Especially that heal. Crystal is showing, though, especially now with level 2, having that the Shadow Dance at the ready. Does make it a bit spooky. There's going to be now, Fata just revealing them at least with the Decay, but not dropping the Tombstone, so he does not want to fight this one. Tundra trying to back off. They've made enough space here easily for Skitter to be able to lead. The Snake King, yeah, they predicted that Carapace was coming. Oh, and Amar with a big old bash on the way in will secure the kill into the Cockroach.
A decent defense from Creepwave. You're still wasting quite a bit of time by fighting as Creepwave, but if you get 2 kills out of it, it's not too bad. If Tundra want to stay ahead like they are right now, they do have to play that a little bit more economically.
Very true, especially because unlike most times when you see like one of these 4 protect 1 or big carry. Oh, they have vision. Oh, Skitter, he's in trouble. He's got Sunder if he can just get it off. Right now being stunned up, but that's a huge play onto Amar with the 8th. The Remnant Amar still fighting. Out comes the GA. They still want Skitter, and they will be taking him down. 13 stacks here of the Essence Shift is now onto Fata. They will go. They will lose Amar for this. The Snake King looking to try and at least set up for a nice stun there. Finds 3, perched up immediately by Crystals, who continues to fight. Dusted up his Snake King, but saved by the 8th, the Remnant of 9. Arrow will find him. Snake King at least able to reflect the stun, as there's 33 with that Force Staff, still making a lot of space. Chrysalis out of mana, using that last little Dispel to make sure he can at least get rid of the Solar Bind, but a big kill there onto the TP in favor of Creepwave.
Huge, and BZM wasn't even involved in that, really. He was just pushing mid.
He was. Oh, Chubash tried to do the same, but maybe forgot that there's a Nyx in the game and is going to be immediately killed.
Yeah, You don't get to do that. At the very least, Creepwave has now established really good vision over into the dire jungle. So a good territory for Slark to play up into. He's very close to finishing Sanjin Yasha as well. Not doing badly at all. And in fact, after that kill on the TV, very close to overtaking him.
Yeah, very respectable. It's the exact kind of game that Slarks want to play here. And in fact, I think what's great for Creepwave and Crystallis this game especially is that this is not the kind of game where I'd particularly be wanting to go for a Diffusal Blade. You know, sure, you're playing against a Coddle who's going to give them more mana, and you know you've got an Int core as well for the Void Spirit. But Slark realistically never really gets to get his hands on the Void Spirit, especially, well, I don't know about this if Axe makes it that big of a deal, but with Yules especially, I think. Staff. Yeah, and 4 staffs. The stats build is the right one. And luckily, the stats build is the build you want if you're going to have to fight mid to late game versus a TB. So I think this works out really nicely for Creepwave.
TB, in the end, not that much damage. Slark loves longer fights if his team can stay alive.
This is a great
Crystallis has
wraparound.
A decent shot. It's beautiful. But are they going to find anybody?
But they're smoked, and they're sending Snaking back to break at 33. Yep, doesn't like what he sees here. Is going to be BZM on the way in first. There goes Amar. Oh my goodness, already the Ignis here, 19 minutes in. The silence as well, out from 9's Ag Scepter. It's the double Ag's timing here. Creepwave weren't quite prepared for it. Down goes Amar. There's Crystallis now onto the back end of this fight. He's at least going to be able to save himself here with the Shadow Dance. Skitter, though, giving chase, but that's going to be a full HP Slark. Lost only Fata for this one as well. And they're looking for Crystallis, but he's a very hard jump. 9, considering it, but going for it, and will. Ancha here to slow him down. There's a 2-man silence, though, as Skitter again will send the illusions after him with his fresh Manta style. But they will settle for the tower at the end of the day. Finally, Tundra got what they came for here, this bottom tier 2 tower. Crystallis. Okay, TPs are coming. There's going to be now the Heavenly Grace. A lot more HP here for us, Slark. That should just be Snaking dying here, though. The rest of the team, yeah, very eager to leave himself behind. 33 even forced out himself. Arrow! Oh, just whiffs onto 9, who had all of his spells ready, but maybe just wasn't checking. Yeah, there he goes. There he goes with the whoops. As I think he was not really expecting an arrow there. A little bit of a random shot. So it's a 2 for 2. And I think it's, well, you get Amar in exchange for supports, and you lose the tier 2 tower. But Crystallis, eager to keep on fighting. Ignis is a hard counter to Slark because you dispel it every tick, but it also reapplies every tick. Just ask him as he's pulled back into it. Wand charge use. There's going to be the GA on top. Crystallis now starting to get through these essence shifts as 9, at least saved by the Ignis, is allowed to dissemblate away. Fata as well with a tombstone on the high ground should dissuade Creepwave from going any further.
And the cooldown reduction on that Ignis is just brutal right there. Creepwave are looking for a fight now that the Metamorphosis is down. That is the big cooldown that they'd really like to work around, but the Ignis is such a problem.
Yep, we're going to have one here pretty soon as well. Pretty soon. It only gets worse as we're closing into this level 15 talent, which means more Chakra Magics, and you know what that means, Gibbs? More Will-O-Wisps.
More spam.
Yeah. Okay, nice job there on Crystallis. Managing the dispels very nicely, but the stun!
Nice arrow!
Oh, that's the first Searing Chains and arrow that we've seen in Amar. Very quick to follow up on it. They're going to save him, though, with the Sunder for now, as Crystallis trying to cut the back lines here. Was looking for Snaking first. Finds himself stunned up, so they're just going to allow Skitter to TP away. We still have not found a single kill here for Creepwave. The tower's going to go first. Next to fall will be Snaking. They want more, though. They see Fata, and Amar immediately, like a homing missile, in he goes onto him. Arrow will secure the kill as he's just fresh out of Flesh Golem. And 9 has to just run for his life, TPing in the trees. Crystal is giving chase, but won't think to pounce randomly there. Another decent win for Creepwave, forcing the issue while they know that there's no meta. Very nice.
Very nicely done. And yeah, that's the reason why we get that really weird Sunder out from Skitter. Is like he doesn't want to fight there. He's just like, yep, I'm going to empower you as much as I can, and then I'm getting the heck out of dodge. There's nothing here for me.
So what's Tundra to do in a situation like that when they know that we are actually a little bit weak right now? Tombstone was forced out a bit preemptively, right? A Creepwave just disengage and push mid very, very deliberately, you know, kind of towards more closer to the Roche, but they were all pushing on this left-hand side because Tombstone was here. Like, what does Tundra do there? Do they just have to relinquish the tower?
Hit the Ignis. I think the fact that it was a little bit over-positioned. He tried to hit too many heroes at once, and instead he left the opportunity for everybody to step slightly to the side and get out of it. Nobody was too far in the middle. If you hold on to the Ignis, I think you can fight there.
Okay.
But still, it's hard because yeah, you have the Tombstone, but even then the Mirana can get on top of that. It's hard for you to kill the Slark right now. You don't really have any burst damage outside of the Kotl.
Let's look like,
now
we'll just look at that Ignis again after we see BZM avoid an 8th Remnant and live. Okay, missed opportunity for Tundra. Okay, just like that, it's 13-13 and a 1k net worth lead, sure, but Crystallis and Hansha both finding good farm. Here's that Ignis again that you were talking about. We'll see it here towards the left-hand upper side of your screen. And Crystallis just, yeah, he naturally wants to flank this fight anyway, so he doesn't mind going around. Ignis doing no damage, so Amari's got Blink immediately.
and then they can simply follow up and not get punished for their
Oh
dive.
no, the neutral! Oh, I think that, okay, that was Tundra's. Crystallis was really close and wanted to steal it. Unfortunately, that is going to betray the position of this
with
ward.
a fresh BKB.
Yeah, but a big kill. Amar finds Fonza first. Skitter, though, hands up. He's going to continue fighting. Skitter, by the way, with a Diffusal Blade on the TB. Okay, that's some way to force the mana issues here for Slark a little bit more, as well as the rest of the team here. Creepwave, though, they need to find a good opening. They know that, one, there's a ward here on the high ground, and two, Skitter quite strong here with these three kind of mid-gate items between the Dragonlance and Diffusal. He's no joke.
Really respecting the builds out of Tundra here. First at 4 staff over on 33 has saved them at least 3 lives already.
What's this Diffusal on TB about? I don't know if I've ever seen this. And again, we just had a TB patch.
He's dropping in for the long fights. Specifically, what is going to happen is you're going to get all of these heroes from Creepwave juggling damage on each other. The Ember is going to be spamming from the sideline, the Slark is going to go in, out, and the Slark goes out, in, and you just want to punish them for that game as much as possible. And if you can't reduce their HP enough, you can at the very least reduce their mana and make sure that they have to commit if they want to get kills out of this, or have to back off because they're running out of resources.
Here we go for the Roche fight now, as Crystallis, taking a bit too much damage. Luckily, of course, he's got his passive to give him topped off. My goodness! I mean, I know it's a percentage-based heal, don't get me wrong, but it's, I mean, seeing just plus 300 on a Slark 26 minutes in is, oh boy. Alright, 33, continuing to harass them with the blinding lights. That 8th Remnant, not going to find anyone. Crystallis, there he goes, another pounce out of the pit. And as long as they don't have any wards back here, he'll be good to go. So this Coddle spam, as annoying as it is, for Creepwave, it's not going to stop them from slowly whittling down Roche. It will stop them, however, from finishing Roche, because if it gets too low and they can't finish the job, Tundra are well positioned with this lineup to interrupt them. But because of Coddle especially, despite having just popped meta a while ago, we have it ready to go again. So Creepwave, it feels like, you know, the bus that we've been talking about a little before is starting to gain speed here. This is a much more difficult fight than they may be ready for.
It is, and you can see them as well repositioning now that the mid lane's getting pushed in. BZM comes back from bottom. Mar wants to jump so badly, but he has no vision.
Oh, that's maybe a jump into the arrow. Good 4-staff, though. Good 4-staff. Amara was prepared for that one. What kind of initiation are Tundra looking for? What do they need to start off a fight here? Because obviously just the Coddle spam alone isn't going to cut it.
They're waiting for a Creepwave to overcommit. Unless you get a really good pick off with the Nyx Assassin. Oh, but they found 9 instead.
They did, yeah. They did find 9. And actually, Crystallis as well, maybe in a bit of a rough spot. A couple of big items here. Hansha with a BKB joining the fight, but there's a big Ignis here. Onto 3. Fishman's going to be the first to go. Tombstone as well on the ward spot, forcing Amar to pop his own BKB. BZM still holding onto his own as the Ignis now catching no heroes. Is going to have Tundra being forced into Roshan. That's the buyback, though, out from Fishman as the Blink Dagger, fresh as well here for Skitter. Going to be used for him to just kind of blink up and say hello. He still has the Metamorphosis ready to use. But he's not really committed too heavily to this fight. That's no Ignis, though. I mean, no Ignis for 20 seconds. Really not too much longer. But no Tombstone. But again, also buffed by the Coddle. Okay, so never mind. They're basically ready to fight. They didn't really use anything.
Biggest difference here is on Creepwave's side, where Amara has to go all the way back to base. And is without a BKB for another half a minute.
That's true. He's got a tier 1 to TP2 at the very least, but no, you're right. I think the BKB is going to be the biggest deal. BZM holding on to his.
then again, the problem for Tundra here is as well that they don't have a good way to take this Roshan fast, so they can't really force it either. It is just on half HP, and neither of the teams can take it before the enemy can properly interfere.
This is the kind of game where Roche is really regretting stealing that item from the shopkeeper, isn't he? I mean, it's first of all, it's loud. You know, it's like living in a loud neighborhood. Everyone's constantly fighting. There's a bunch of fish in here. Like you purposefully built your arena to be on dry land. You know, you have to walk into it, and now all these fish are dragging water and all. It's very rude. You know, they're not letting you sustain up to full. I imagine it's very painful. It's not great. This is a bad location for Roche to be in.
It is. Gristles? Decent attempt.
Okay, yeah, a couple of stunts as well. Amar, that's the opening he wants for now, but he only finds Snaking with it, and Amar's going to pay for it with his own life. GA is going to save him for now, but the magic damage from 9 to secure the kill. There's BZM now using the BKB. Look at the damage area out of the backline supports. The physical damage, though, starting to really pile up onto Hancha as he's completely isolated from the rest of the team. He's got another Remnant here in a second, but he's going to be dragged into the wrong kind of Remnant, Kips. It's the purple Remnant, not the red one, and now the purple one onto the fishy will go with a third Remnant. Crystallis with a DD rune is a bit scary. Lower on the mana now, as now Tundra with this opening, 2 big kills here out of the cores. Creepwave, they're going to try and go for this Roche.
Crystallis only got 3 essence shifts out of the entire deal. That's really not enough. And all of his mana is getting burned.
He's out of mana as well. So close to the eye of Scotty. Okay, there's going to be a Skitter on the high ground. He realizes he's made a mistake, and he's going to TP all the way back to the tier 2 tower, despite getting a 4-staff from his team. Okay, that was not ideal, but he's back. He's here. He's got a blink dagger, so he's fast. He's mobile. Okay, BZM's back in 25. Amar ready to go. Didn't use BKB. Didn't get the chance to get it off. Arrow finds 9. Is that going to be an opening? It's a long duration stun, but the rest of Tundra positioning here to defend him. Crystal's continuing to get his mana burn. Finally jumps out of the Sark. Shadow Dance here, but he's pulled back by the Ignis only momentarily. Snaking in a lot of trouble. There's a bash now onto 33. Amar BKB'd up this time. No bonus damage from Skitter to save him. 33 at least with the 4-staff away, and now Amar in a bit of a rough spot. Crystallis trying to pick up any kill here as 33 actually ends up in Fata. Gets the kill onto Amar. Crystallis though picks up Fata. Skitter is going to get another support. That's a dieback on Fishman. He's dead for 70 seconds. And Roche still having to endure all of this, still on a 3rd HP. We've been fighting so long, we nearly have now another meta ready to go.
Is it just checking it?
We're
running into supply issues here, where heroes have to come back from the fountain all the time.
It's
don't
so
want to use
funny.
TP scrolls.
It's so funny, isn't it? It's logistic issues. That's what it is. You know, that's what they always said. You know, I feel like a lot of teams, especially up-and-coming teams, sometimes they read more from Zap Brannigan's Big Book of War when you should be reading from Sun Tzu's Art of War. And, well, this is the art of war. It genuinely is, right? Not leaving an objective a little bit too low because both teams can snipe it, not giving up positioning, having good vision, giving the enemies a way to fight out so it's not a decisive engagement. It's a good one. It's a good one.
It is a very good one. And you gotta imagine, like this, what I do at least, that all of these heroes are shortcuts for army units with specific abilities.
Oh, gets the remnants off. It was a long searing chains because it was a big creep wave, and he's going to be able to escape. Oh my goodness. I mean, this is also so nerve-wracking. Don't get me wrong, professional Dota, I can't imagine how nerve-wracking it is, but it's been a Roche standoff for 6-minute Kips. Roche has probably he's gained like 1,000 HP since we started this standoff.
Well, let's see if Tundra can put an end to it. They've got that blink dagger over on the ceiling. He can just go straight up into the middle of them if he wants to.
Okay, there's a sentry ward. Creepwave, they don't know about it yet though. You see the remnant on top. Amar with an Invis rune, and now the Moonlight Shadow. There's a smoke as well from Creepwave. They might actually be. They will. Oh, they doubted it, but their smoke's not breaking, so there's confidence. They send in Crystallis first. This is a great position for Creepwave, especially because 33 just TP'd out now. Snake King, he's in a lot of trouble. There's not enough heals from the Undying to save him, as Skitter needs to dodge that arrow. There's at least a kill now onto Fishman, and 33 from behind holding back 2 heroes, but the fight going lopsided here for Tundra, as there's now Fata dying back from earlier. Crystal is still alive, but does not have the Shadow Dance anymore. Needs to evade here a little bit to get the regen active. Has to get rid of the zombies first, but in the river, they will find Amar. An arrow onto Skitter, not long enough duration. The heals coming from 33 will sustain him. Crystallis back to full HP here on the high ground, continuing to turn around. He's got Hive Scotty now. TB still working towards his own, but has a Blink Dagger, and there's Skitter showing it off. And once again, I think we're going to end up resuming this holding pattern, Kips. It's first Roche. You'd
It
think
is
this
first Roche.
is first Roche.
Incredible. It feels like the 5th.
Honestly, the way that they're fighting around it. Why, Kips, tell me, why is this first Roche so important? Why are we doing this whole song and dance as we stand by Kazancha? Silent stop.
Because it is a song and dance.
Oh, he's dead. Okay, now that's a bit unfortunate for sure. And Fishman, at least, he gets the Observer, but there's actually another Observer here?
Radiant's
What?
top tower is
Okay.
under attack.
No, sorry, that was a Radiance Observer, pardon me. It looked like a dire one from my POV. Chrysalis, the arrow only finds an illusion. Very tanky here, Chrysalis, up to 3,600 HP total with the Heavenly Grace buff on him. Roche once again, oh, I just got back to 5,000 HP. Skitter's going to send him back below. Hansha back in 45 seconds. There's a quick little bash onto Roche, or onto Skitter. Snaking, getting a little bit too cute for things, but there's Fishman dead again. 50 seconds. Crystal is popping the ulti, but there's going to be the Ignis. They still get the kill. Amar on the way in. He's got a BKB. Does not get outside of the Ignis. Now does. Holding onto the BKB as they're onto Crystals here. There's another Ignis proc coming, but he's taunted up and killed through the Aether Remnant. Doesn't have dieback. Tundra finally get the fight that they're looking for. Will they get Amar? Absolutely. Normally you only get one course of fish, but here they get two for Tundra. And Chuvash, he's going to be next to drop. Svanta will pick up the kill there. It turns into the full team wipe. We've been teased for approximately 10 minutes, Kips, but we finally got the Roche fight.
Dude, Chrysalis gets caught under both the Ignis as well as the Tombstone, and you just can't fight there. Normally we've seen Creepwave trying to maneuver around it, making sure that they have to fight only the Tombstone or only the Ignis, that their Mirana can do something about either of them, but the shot calling down was so confusing. They didn't take down the Tombstone or the Ignis. What?
He's just going to solo die to 9.
Radiant's middle tower.
He just solo dies to 9. He even had BKB active, but he was still slowed. He was slowed because of, the Astral Step movement slow speed, which goes through BKB, and that means your Remnants don't move very fast because your Remnant move speed is based off your regular move speed on Ember. And that's, 2 straight deaths for Hansha there. And this is incredibly punishing because Skitter, of the balance Coddle, he's already got another meta.
What a combination that is.
Radiant structures are fortified.
That is, it's just falling apart here for Creepwave, unfortunately. What was it about? But what is it about first row? Is it just Aegis? Is it just the confidence it gives you to do this? That it's all about? Because it's just Aegis. Oh no, Chrysalis. Okay. Whew, that's scary.
Not just Aegis. Like, it means very different things for both of these teams, right? For Chrysalis, it would mean the ability to go freely in, try and find engagement, try to find pickoffs, where normally he needs his entire team to guarantee that he actually gets something out of it.
Okay.
But for Tundra, it means this. What we're seeing right here, where they can establish themselves in one area. They have the Coddle with the spam behind, they have Skitter with the meta in front, and they end the game. This was always a game lengthening Roche for Creepwave and a game ending one for Tundra.
Well, Creepwave with another pretty nice movement here. They're not bringing all the heroes with them. There is an Ember from above. He's going to play the bait, and from behind here, Chrysalis ready to go. He's got eyes on Skitter now. The Tombstone's down. We don't have a Metamorphosis, and this time Snaking as good as dead, but there's the Ignis, and actually Skitter, he's going to commit the Metamorphosis to save him. There's going to be 2 kills onto both supports already. Ignis still holding back Hansha, but they have at least finally gotten Snaking. Skitter with an overwhelming blink, mind you, and is going to be able to escape. And for now, Tundra will be backed up from this tier 2 tower push thanks to the double buybacks committed from Creepwave.
Dire's courier has been
In
killed.
that small gap between the metamorphoses, and we see it from Skitter once again, just making sure to sunder his teammate and then getting the heck out of dodge. And now Chrysalis is on the hunt. Finds 9, but I'm not sure you've got the damage to kill this.
Yeah, Chrysalis, this is a bit dodgy. He's got the ultimate ready, but Coddle with a big old blast is coming for you. Luckily, he's going to be able to dodge it. Skitter giving chase, though. Oh, he's blocked him off with the illusions as well. Here, Kips, Amar with a big old crush on in, but they don't find the real one with the arrow. There's another Ignis. The Force Staff, though, is to be able to get him out of harm's way at the very least for now, but Crystal's still in a lot of trouble. Avoids the Semolate. Oh, and also another Illuminate and the Aether Remnant. No, he runs just into the tail end of it and will drop. Creepwave, they've lost one. Hansha is going to be able to make it out alive. But now it feels like Tundra, they've cracked this game wide open. Creepwave, not giving it in just yet, but Fishman is going to be next to drop. It's a dieback for him. He's dead for just as long as the Slark. And now, nothing really stands between Tundra and Tier 4s, because there's a Tier 2 standing between themselves and the Megas.
Yes, and this is the exact same scenario again, right? Skitter in front, spam in the back, heals in the back. These are them. Well,
there goes Amar. 9 is just... I mean, this kill's just come too easy for him now. He's Omega farmed, basically, here. Cayenne Sanj, I mean, not to mention, of course, Enchanted Quiver helping out his burst damage significantly. Hansha trying his best to force that from Chu. At least allows him to get off another Remnant, which he will go towards. They're just trying to delay this game, Kibbs. Hansha even going so far as to pop the BKB here. He clears the way for the Maelstrom procs, and he's going to TP in front of their face. No, unfortunately, the BKB duration just not long enough. Moonlight Shadow, where's the detection, boys? Come on! 9 giving chase. Oh, as he revealed himself to his older brother, but 9's completely out of oh, what a remnant. What a remnant. Hansha, though, still alive. His Skitter's actually going to chase him down. There's still a delay in the game. Another bullwhip. Run, run, run. Another astral step, though. 9's finally got what he's come for. Chuvash here is going to be the extra treat on top. Creepwave just desperate to extend this game by any means possible. Hence the Fata don't give up. But now... almost certainly, Kips, it doesn't feel like there's anything to stop Tundra any longer.
no, a respawning Slark is not quite the same as your regular carry respawning. You don't have stacks. You don't have anyone to buy space for you as you try and build those stacks. And now you have Skitter on top of him, blocking his pounce.
Yeah, Crystal is. Shadow Dance still, as well as Depth Shroud still to work with. There's the buyback from Hansha that I could have sworn they didn't have, but now they do.
I just checked for that as well.
Amar as well. Science gets the BKB off. There's going to be a bash on his Skitter, the Ignis as well. Oh, but the GA isn't going to be good enough. Crystallis trying to fight through it. He's actually going to look to kill the Ignis first, but he's still held down. No, he gets rid of it. Sunder onto Hansha as they have lost at least Fishman, and Crystal's going to be next to go. Skitter with the overwhelming blink on top of Amar. Crystals, though, he has buyback, trying to at least get through him, but when you buy back, Kips, you don't come back with your rest and shift stacks. He's going to make it back into the fountain one more time. The 3 cores here from Creepwave trying to stop this fountain dive from completing. Tundra going now back for the Ancient. Skitter actually falling pretty low here. Needs to now back away. Amar's on top of him without a BKB. A beautiful stun out from Snaking. The Illuminate Blast isn't enough damage, though, as they have taken down Skitter. Crystallis, he's going to make it back into his own fountain. They did at least get rid of Amar, as there's Snaking doing more damage. Another Ignis in the fight already. Chuvash is back, though, trying to stop him from going anywhere further. 9 ready to go back in, though, as 33 is going to get the kill onto Chuvash.
This is back.
9 still looking to fight, though. Needs to land this pounce, as there's the Aether Remnant. Crystallis still chasing. 9 as well. Nearby, there's going to be the pounce that finds him. Hansha, though, silenced up, can't follow up, and the Searing Chains is going to miss. 33 out of mana. Haha, just kidding. He's a coddle. He's good to go. It's 9 with a beautiful Aether Remnant. Oh, cannot get to the low ground, though, as Creepwave, they hold on. It costs them everything. Well, a couple of buybacks at least, but they will extend this game. Tundra, unable to finish it quite yet.
I can't believe it. Again, they just lengthen the fight until Skitter runs out of metamorphosis.
All right, Kips. I'm going to show us a couple of replays that I've had queued up for ages now. For ages, basically, since this last ages. But as you recall, it's been some tense Dota. We finally have a couple of seconds to breathe. We're going to see a couple Ember Spirit plays. This is the first one where Hansha's split pushing top lane, manages to live, so he gets the confidence to do it again. Second time, though, of course, it's going to look a little bit differently. They kill him. This opens up Tundra to then do Roshan. Hold that thought, because we're fighting already. Crystallis at least gets rid of the Ignis. I don't know if this is much as a fight as just Crystallis looking to force things here.
If you don't force mistakes in these windows, then you're never going to be able to.
Okay, Skitter's back, though. Oh, Hansha, no. Oh, no. Oh, not like this. Not like this. That's a dieback. They get him, of all things, with the Spike Carapace. Fisherman trying to TP out. Actually, oh, no. You thought Snaking is going to be there to punish him. That allows Crystallis to TP away at the very least. And they did get a buyback, out from 9. As now it is going to be Tundra's turn, Kips, to barrel it right back down mid. Oh, yeah. No, Kips, I replays cursed him. I showed the Ember Spirit evading death, getting caught a second time, and then he got caught a third, and this one might be fatal.
I'm looking to flank here, but
What?
Nine went right in.
What a move. Chuvash is almost immediately dead. Of course, they want eyes. They all have eyes only for Crystallis, and he's got his fish guard here to protect him, as well as at least the Shadow Dance, but he's just permanently slept and killed off. Finally, Creepwave will throw in the towel. It's going to be the GG well played drop.
Is under attack.
As Tundra, they all are going to find the 2-0 victory over Creepwave.